It's time for Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball, right here on Pure Country C106. Matt Brucker is ready to bring you Crusader Baseball. Hear the pop of the glove, the crack of the bat, the cheer of the crowd right here. Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106 is brought to you proudly by Ken's Ace Hardware, Terry Law Firm, Code Toyota, Cape Tint and Glass, Brucker Auction Service, Tim Koenig Insurance, Jackson Muffler, Atlas Molded Products, First Day Community Bank, and Sanders Insurance. Let's go out to the field for Saxony Lutheran Baseball on Pure Country C106.
Live at Kappa Hall Field this evening, my name is Matt Brucker here on Pure Country C106. Got a matchup between the Saxony Lutheran Crusaders and the Delta Bobcats this evening. Greetings and salutations, a beautiful night here at Kappa Hall Field. And on the mound for the Crusaders is going to be Wilson Lodge this evening. And last time we saw him, he started the Kelly game for these Crusaders, and it did not go as anticipated for Lodge or the Crusaders, as a matter of fact, in that one. But this is a new day for Lodge on the mound, and a beautiful one here as he'll take on a Delta Bobcats lineup that so far is 2-8 on the season, but that is a little bit misleading as the Delta Bobcats 2-8. They compete in Class 1 District 2 with Oran, Advance, Leopold, and Bell City. They have wins over Caruthersville, and they have defeated Charleston. Now, they have not played in 11 days since April the 14th, and they have multiple close losses. They lost a 4-1 decision to Advance. They lost 6-4 to Meadow Heights. They got beat by Oak Ridge twice, 5-4 and 3-1. This Delta team has been through the ringer in close games, so they've been in tight contests before. Now, they haven't came out on top of many of those, only 2 wins on the season. However, a team that could be sneaky a little bit better than their record potentially, as the Crusaders themselves a little bit of struggles as of late, falling now to 6-4 in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. They lost to Kelly, they lost to Oran, and they lost to Scott City on Friday night. So this is a team that is looking to right the ship a little bit here in the middle portion of the season. And if you look at this losing streak, it has been due to the pitching staff. And if you look at that thing a little bit, the Crusaders have not struggled batting. They're batting .273 in this 3-game losing streak, which on the season they bat .282. And so only a little bit less than that here in the losing streak. But this Crusader team, the pitching staff, their ERA has climbed up to 4.08, and the opponents are now batting .242. As I said, the offense has batted .273 in this losing streak with 7 doubles, but in the last 3 games, the pitching staff has walked 17 batters and given up 28 runs. Really, the walks are what has killed the Crusaders here in the last couple of games. So we're going to nix the national anthem this evening, apparently, so you can sing that one along at your own free will, if you will. But you know what? We're going to have a baseball game here. So Carson Burke behind the plate will throw down, and Wilson Lodge will be on the mound for the Crusaders this evening. Around the horn defensively for Saxony Lutheran, Burke behind the plate, Jacob Johnson at first, Jace Boland is at second, Colin Terry will play short, Drew Haas is at third, Hunter Hamilton in left, Zach Lewis in center, and Blake Gabler gets another start in right field. He had 2 hits against Scott City on Friday. For Delta, their lineup will go this way. Casey Crowden's going to lead it off. Mason Dozier will bat second. Carter Shearer gets the start for them on the mound, and he bats third. Lanson Cox in the cleanup spot. Levi Jansen fifth. Then it's Tristan Johnson. Behind him, Ryan Glenzie, Nick Bowman, and Colton Deckard go 7, 8, 9 for the Delta Bobcats this evening, and Lodge delivers first pitch low, ball 1. Second one incoming, swung on and missed. Evens the count to Casey Crowden at 1-1. Our game this evening brought to you in part by Tim Koenig, your Orangeburg Farmers Mutual Insurance agent serving all surrounding counties and communities where you get hometown service and great coverage. Soft grounder to Colin Terry at short. Got to hurry to get Crowden out, and he does. A nice throw for Colin Terry, firing over to first base and retiring the first batter, Casey Crowden. Now it'll be Mason Dozier. He'll play shortstop for the Bobcats here, as Coach Cody Naramore leads the charge here for the Delta Bobcats. He was a grade ahead of me. Of course, I graduated from Delta. Many of you know that. And Naramore graduated in the class of 2010 from the Bobcats. And he was our catcher for several seasons. I started 2 years of varsity my junior and senior season. Naramore played and was our catcher for several of the years that I was in school. Pretty good little catcher, too. So Dozier fouls one back. It's behind 0-1 here with one out in the top of the first. Lodge comes back, baking ball, catches the outside corner, makes it 0-2 quickly for Wilson Lodge. They play Dozier straight up around the infield, maybe a touch to pull in center. Other than that, straight ahead. And the 0-2 pitch from Lodge, grounded, and a glove play made by Drew Haas, ranging into that 5-6 hole and throwing out Dozier. Nice play there by the third baseman. Once again, Saxony, their defense has been strong, even in this losing streak. They haven't given up extra runs and given up extra outs to teams. It's just been the pitching staff failing to throw strikes. And so far tonight, Wilson Lodge, a couple of ground out series, keeping the ball low in the zone, keeping it on the ground for his defense. And that's a recipe for success. But here's one gotten underneath and taken down the right field line. Blake Gabriel, long ways to go. Diving attempt in foul territory, but he just couldn't get there. Boy, didn't miss that by much. Gabler had a mile to go to get that thing and nearly got a glove on it, though, but it's just a strike here for Carter Shearer. Fouling that one way down that right field line over past the bullpen area here at Kappa Hall Field this evening. Crusaders were supposed to play Puxico tonight. They had Kappa Hall reserved. The game was scheduled at Puxico. When it was too wet to play at Puxico, Puxico said, nah, we don't want to play at Kappa Hall. So Coach Sander calls the Delta Bobcats, and they said, heck yeah, we'll play. So nice pitch by Wilson Lodge, makes it 0-2 on Carter Shearer. And he's trying to go 1-2-3 through the Bobcats here. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball punches out Shearer. And a nice, effective start for Wilson Lodge, going 1-2-3 with a couple of groundouts and a strikeout there. So we move to the bottom of the first inning, and we will have a quick timeout and be right back for the bottom of the first after this on C106.
Have you ever noticed your muffler being noisy? If so, you need to call Travis at Jackson Muffler, where you can get friendly service. Travis has been in the business since 1987, and he does everything from classic cars to new modern vehicles, complete exhaust systems to minor exhaust repairs. Jackson Muffler is there to keep your vehicle on the road now and in the future. They also provide welding services for any other projects you may have. Call Travis at Jackson Muffler. Their number is 573-243-9345, or go on by Monday through Friday at 123 South Hope Street in Jackson.
Hi, I'm with Shane Morris here at Code Toyota in Cape Girardeau. Shane, you drive by your lot here on Seamers Drive. It looks a little bit bare. I know the market's wild and crazy. What are you doing for customers right now?
One of the things that we're doing is our allocation. We're still getting 40 to 50 cars a month from Toyota. So what happens is, Matt, if you call me today and say, I'm looking for a new 22 Toyota Camry or a Toyota Tundra, whatever it may be, I'll go over our inventory of what's coming in, what we were just allocated, and then we'll see if we can match that to your needs.
That's awesome, Shane. So all somebody has to do is get a hold of you, and you can usually get a car for them here pretty quick.
Yeah, actually, if you told me today that you were looking for a new Camry, chances are that car could be here within 30 days. If we were just allocated the car, it may take a couple months, but most of the time you're looking at 4 to 8 weeks on any car we got coming in.
Very good. How can somebody get a hold of you, Shane?
You can look at our website at codetoyota.com or call any of our salespeople. All of my guys have been with us for a long, long time, so a lot of experience, and all of them could take good care of you.
Code Toyota on Seamers Drive in Cape Girardeau and online, codetoyota.com.
Hi, this is Jacob Johnson, and you are listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Saxony Lutheran and the Delta Bobcats here tonight at Kappa Hall Field, and defensively the Bobcats will look like this. Carter Shearer on the mound, Colton Deckard behind the plate catching tonight. Tristan Johnson is at first, Levi Jansen at second base, Mason Dozier is at short. Lanson Cox, he's committed to play at Shawnee Community College next year for baseball. He's over at third. Ryan Glindsey in left, Casey Crowden in center field, and Nick Bowman is in right field. Jace Bolin, the leadoff man for Saxony Lutheran. He'll be followed by Colin Terry, who is on a tear right now, as a matter of fact. Then Zach Lewis will bat third. First pitch from Shearer bounces in, ball one to Jace Boland. After Zach Lewis in the 3 spot, and then it's Hunter Hamilton. Then it's Drew Haas, Jacob Johnson, Wilson Lodge 7th, Blake Gabler 8th, and Carson Burke, another start. He bats 9th. Strike one called on Boland inside corner. Nice pitch there and a nice spot from Carter Shearer. Bowman this season batting .233. He was 0 for 4 against Scott City. Then he got a double in the 7th inning that gave Saxony a chance. He grounds it to the shortstop Dozier here. Tough play, long throw, and it pulls Johnson off the bag at first. Jace Bowman on base. Beating out. That would have been a close play anyhow. I'm not sure that the throw was there in time. I'll give Bowman a single on that one. But Bowman got the single in the top of the set, or I'm sorry, the double in the top of the 7th at Scott City. Gave Saxony the tying run on the base pass, but unable to bring him home there as they dropped a game to the Scott City Rams. And Colin Terry bats now. Swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, 0-1. But Terry, how about a 5-game hitting streak? He's batting .588 in his last 5, 10 for 17, 6 RBIs, and 7 runs scored in that stretch. And he's looking to swing away here. Check on Bowman down. Throw by the catcher Deckard to Johnson. Bowman slides back in, but 0-2 now on Colin Terry. Went 3 for 5, had a double, a run scored. He did strike out twice against Scott City. And got the start on the mound, and that's a fair ball. That is a fair ball by Colin Terry on a ball. Oh, my goodness, and he's safe at first. Okay, so the throw was behind. The pitch was behind Colin Terry. It went behind his head, and it hit his bat back on his back shoulder and then bunts itself fair down the third base line. Catcher Deckard pops up and throws down to first to get Colin Terry out as Bowman went down to second. And I assume you score that a hit. That's Colin Terry throwing down, maybe a throwing error because it pulled Johnson off. But either way, Colin Terry is on base on a pitch that was thrown behind his head that he did not swing at, but made contact and hit a fair ball. So that is new. And Saxony has 2 men on with nobody out. And a 1-0 count on Zach Lewis, the 3 spot in the lineup. Swings and misses at that one. He had another double against Scott City. 4-game hit streak for Lewis, batting .357 in that stretch with 4 doubles. 4 doubles in his last 4 games. That's a pretty good average. And there's a big hole in right center field for him. Pitch away and in the dirt, ball 2 on Zach Lewis. 2-1 count. With 2 men on, nobody out, our game this evening brought to you by First State Community Bank with locations all over the region. Proud to support all local schools and athletes at First State Community Bank. Shearer from the stretch. Time is called late at the plate. No, a balk is called on Shearer. So both runners advance. Now 2nd and 3rd for Zach Lewis and a chance for the Crusaders to pounce on the Bobcats here early. This hit streak for Zach Lewis started in the game against Risco here at Kappa Hall. 2 for 4 with a double and a single that night. 2 doubles in the loss against Kelly. It was 1 for 2 against Dorian and then 1 for 4 against Scott City. In his last 4, he's been hitting the ball hard. Along with Colin Terry, like I said, these 2 guys together just absolutely punishing the baseball in their last 4 or 5 games. Pitch comes home. Lewis swings and misses at 1 there. It'll make it now 2-2. With Hunter Hamilton awaiting on deck. He's 2nd on the team with a .360 average. Lewis himself bats .258. He's 9 for 31 on the year. Pitch in the dirt, bounces away from Deckard, and easily scoring is Jace Bowman, crossing on the pass ball. So now it's 3-2. And that's the count on Zach Lewis, and the scoreboard will read 1-0 to the Crusaders here in the bottom of the 1st. Saxony, the home team, decided by a coin flip this evening. Who flipped the coin? It was yours truly. I was talking to Coach Sander and Coach Naramore, and they said, here, we're about to flip for home team. Lewis swings and misses and strikes out. For out number 1 here in the 1st. They were just about to flip the coin and decide who would be home team. They said, here, Brucker, flip the coin. Naramore called. He called tails. The coin flip landed on heads, and Saxony was the home team due to that. Hamilton now digs in with 1 out and a man on 3rd. Shoots one into the right center field gap. It'll bounce a 1-time, but it'll be an RBI single for Hunter Hamilton as Crowden got over there and cut it off before it got past him into the power alley there. An RBI single for Hunter Hamilton. And quickly, Drew Haas is in the box. Haas batting .333, third best on the team, 8 for 24. He's got 7 RBIs, 9 walks, which is most on the team. He got a good batter's eye. Just 4 strikeouts this season, 7 RBIs, 10 runs scored. And first base is occupied for him with 1 out. That's Hamilton. He pops one up, shallow right field. Matter of fact, the infield will hold this one, and Levi Jansen, the second baseman, makes the squeeze. So flying out is Drew Haas. And it'll be now Jacob Johnson to bat.
Number 9, first baseman, Jacob Johnson.
Johnson plays first base tonight for these Crusaders. He is the team leader with 1 home run. Saxony, not a team that hits a lot of home runs, and since I've been calling them, they really haven't been. They play a lot of small ball, base hits, stolen bases. Ooh, nice check on Hamilton there. He just beats the pickoff attempt back in. He's safe. In the game against Scott City, Hamilton had 2 stolen bases. So Coach Sander actually sent 6 men, 6 stolen bases in that game against Scott City, which is more than he had been sending them throughout the season. Johnson hits one a mile high into left center field. Coming over to make the play is center fielder Casey Crowden, and out is Johnson flying out. But the Crusaders put 2 runs on the board there in their half of the first, and it'll move us to the top of the second inning at Kappa Hall Field. Lanson Cox, Levi Jansen, Tristan Johnson will be up for the Bobcats after this on C106.
When it comes to taking out a loan, you need a team you can trust, a local community bank you can depend on. At First State Community Bank, we are that team. We're local people making local lending decisions. Whether it's buying a home, a piece of land, or even a new car, you can rest easy knowing all decisions are made in the communities we live and work in. Hi, I am Marvin Adams, President, First State Community Bank in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. See our team today to get started. First State Community Bank, success starts here, member FDIC, equal housing lender, bank NMLS number 412605.
Have you ever noticed your muffler being noisy? If so, you need to call Travis at Jackson Muffler, where you can get friendly service. Travis has been in the business since 1987, and he does everything from classic cars to new modern vehicles, complete exhaust systems to minor exhaust repairs. Jackson Muffler is there to keep your vehicle on the road now and in the future. They also provide welding services for any other projects you may have. Call Travis at Jackson Muffler. Their number is 573-243-9345, or go on by Monday through Friday at 123 South Hope Street in Jackson.
Hi, this is Owen Johnson, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Top of the second inning now. Saxony Lutheran a 2-0 lead on the Delta Bobcats. Visitors on the scoreboard is Delta. And here at Kappa Hall Field tonight, a 6 p.m. first pitch in a beautiful night for some baseball here in Cape Girardeau. So Delta was retired 1-2-3 in their half of the first. Couple of ground outs to the left side of the infield, and then Carter Shearer struck out looking. Brings in Lanson Cox, Levi Jansen, Tristan Johnson will bat third this inning. If anything happens, Ryan Glindsey will get an opportunity. This Delta team, they have not played a home game all season. Think about that. They have not played a home game yet. They have either been on the road or in a neutral site game. They've played a couple here at Kappa Hall. Matter of fact, their last game was a win over Charleston right here. They beat Charleston and the Blue Jays 7-1. That was on April the 14th, 11 days ago here at Kappa Hall on a Thursday morning at 11 a.m. They were just trying to play baseball. It's been a hassle for sure, not only for Delta, not only for Saxony, but for all teams to get games in this spring. Just unreal. So Lanson Cox will bat, and he takes strike one from Wilson Lodge. Cox plays at third base this evening. He'll play at Shawnee Community College next year. Signed his letter here a week or two ago maybe. They're in the lobby at Delta. Grounds one hard and high, hopper down two. Nice play by Naramore. He's still got it down there at third base, the coaching box. Cody Naramore. And he was our catcher. Maybe we should have had him on the infield somewhere. Of course, then who would have caught for us? I don't know. We were not good, folks. Just not good. All sitting on a nice breaking ball, grounding it to Drew Haas. Backed up on the play, made the catch, though, and throws over another beautiful defensive play by Drew Haas down there at third base. The left side of the infield, sharp thus far for the Crusaders, especially Haas at third. Levi Jansen will bat second baseman. He caught the flyout of Drew Haas just moments ago defensively for the Bobcats. And Jansen stands in from the back of the right-hander batter's box. Pitch inside, missed the zone, and Carson Burke missed it too. Goes all the way to the screen. Ball one. I said we were bad. The 2 years I started, 6-24 was our combined record those 2 years at the Delta Bobcats. We just weren't good. We stunk. Grounder to Colin Terry at short. Gets the hop he wants, fires over to first, makes the long throw, and out again. On a grounder to the left side of the infield, the Delta Bobcats may want to try somebody else not named Terry or Haas. They both have fielded a couple of ground balls. Now Tristan Johnson will bat. Big first baseman, big post player for the Bobcat basketball team this past winter. And pitch comes home from Lodge. Breaking ball, inside corner, strike one. Nice pitch there from Lodge, kind of sneaking in on that inside corner underneath of Johnson's hands. Johnson shows bunt, now pulls back. Here comes the pitch outside, ball one. Lodge working inside out. Low in the zone, too, way it looks from up here in the booth at Kappa Hall. Showing bunt again is Johnson. Pulls back, gets into his regular stance. Lodge takes a little bit longer. Now brings the pitch home. Breaking ball goes over the top of Johnson. And Johnson drops the bat head so that we don't have a similar situation to what Colin Terry did a while ago, where the ball hit his bat. It was behind his head. And that's the first time anybody here has seen that, I guarantee you. 1-1 pitch. Pardon me, it's 2-1. Swung on and missed, make it 2-2. Correct. 2-2 count. And we're looking out for each other up here in the booth. Most times you can't trust my counts, that's for sure. The 2-2 comes home with 2 outs. Another grounder to the left side. Haas cuts this one off. Another easy play for Haas. That one will be 5-3, and the Crusaders again go 1-2-3 through the Delta batsmen. To the bottom of the second we go, and it'll be Saxony Lutheran's 7-8-9. Lodge, Gabler, Burke after this on Pure Country, C106.
It's grilling time, and you won't believe the expanded grilling department at Ken's Ace Hardware. They've got a full lineup of Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, and the popular Blackstone griddles. They even offer free assembly and delivery on grill purchases of $3.99 and up. At Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson, they've got all the accessories you need to be the grill master of the house. And you'll find your flavor in their huge spice rack. I promise you, it's the biggest one around. Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson is Southeast Missouri's barbecue destination. They've also expanded their lineup of steel power tools, Ego lawn and garden equipment, and Milwaukee's full lineup too. No matter what your spring projects consist of, get started by stopping at Ken's Ace Hardware in Jackson.
This is Matt with Ace Hardware in Jackson. Southeast Missouri's barbecue destination is on East Main Street in Jackson.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Atlas Molded Products specializes in the development and manufacture of innovative high-performance molded polystyrene for a variety of applications: architectural, roof, wall, and below grade, geofoam lightweight fill, protective packaging, cold chain packaging, OEM components, and lost foam. Atlas has grown from a single asphalt shingle manufacturing facility to 36 facilities in North America with worldwide product distribution. For more information, please visit www.atlasroofing.com.
Hi, this is Wilson Lodge, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Wilson Lodge brings us back into the broadcast. Wilson Lodge is at the plate, and he takes ball one low from Carter Shearer, still on the mound here for Delta. Saxony up 2-0. They pushed a couple across on a balk and a pass ball or two, and then an RBI single by Hunter Hamilton gave them their 2 runs. And now 2-0 the count on Lodge. Batting against Carter Shearer. Strike one called inside corner that time on Lodge. Delta, Missouri, population 376. Post office established in 1914. The town, 108 years old. The post office, anyways. And one of those little railroad towns that popped up in southeast Missouri. How about this? Delta had rail before Cape Girardeau. Did you know that? Would you have thought that? Wilson Lodge shoots one into the gap in left center field. That's going to roll nearly to the wall. He's going to dig and look for two. Might be a throw on him. No, it's not in time. And Lodge is in with a leadoff double here in the second. Wilson Lodge had been struggling in his last 2 games, matter of fact. He was 0 for his last 7. Hitless in 3 games in a row, and Wilson Lodge gets a base hit. Well, in that 0 for 3 game stretch, Saxony was winless. Well, Lodge got a hit today, maybe. Maybe he's the key. When Lodge gets hit, Saxony wins potentially. We'll see. Gabler takes upstairs, ball 1. Gabler, a guy that actually is from the Delta area. His father, Kenny Gabler, was a Delta legend back in the, I think, early to mid-2000s when he would have played there. Fouls one back. My goodness, that was a doink, and that's going to be down in the seats below us here. That one it came straight over the top of the net and hit the top of our booth here and then dribbled down behind the net and into the seats. So look out below as Gabler's count is 1-1. Pitch low, make it 2-1. Batting .333, tied for third best on the team. 7 for 21 is Gabler. Now he does lead the way with 12 RBIs. And he's got a man in scoring position here. And that ball just missed up, ball 3. 3-1 count on Gabler. He was 2 for 4 against Scott City, had a 2 RBI single, also had a double in that game. Struck out once, got a stolen base, fouls one back again, hanging alive here, and fouls that one, makes it 3-2. Our game this evening brought to you by the Terry Law Firm, on your side so you don't have to face that confusing legal system alone. Call the Terry Law Firm. They're protecting you from the confusing legal system for personal injury and other needs. That's right, Terry Law Firm is on your side. Full count pitch to Gabler, swinging and missing on one inside, and it is a strikeout for the first out here in the second. Now Carson Burke in the 9 spot today. Carson Burke has a 3-game hit streak. Now we didn't see him against Scott City, but he had he had a single against Risco, had a hit against Kelly, also against Oran, so hits in his last 3 appearances for Carson Burke. 1 out. And a man on second, he takes strike 1 from Carter Shearer. Yes, Delta had rail before Cape Girardeau. I was in the midst of talking about that, and then Lodge hit that double. It's interesting. When Lewis Houck built the railroad to Cape Girardeau, he started at Delta and worked his way back across a swamp at that time in the 1880s. He brought rail into downtown Cape down on the riverfront, but he started at Delta and worked his way back. Just interesting. When you look at the 2 cities now and the difference that how they kind of started. Carson Burke strikes out on 3 pitches, makes it back-to-back Ks for Carter Shearer. And now 2 outs in the inning. And the Crusaders don't want to squander Wilson Lodge's leadoff double, so it'll be up to Jace Boland to make something happen here. He, as I said, got that double against Scott City. He had 2 hits against Oran in the previous contest. Harry shoots one the other way to the second baseman, Jansen. He gets in front of it, makes the play, and Saxony is retired, and they do indeed waste Wilson Lodge's leadoff double. So out is Jace Boland, and we move to the top of the third already. A nice pace to this game. It'll be Ryan Glenzie, then Nick Bowman, then Colton Deckard. After this on Pure Country, C106, Saxony leads it 2-0.
Home insurance is not something you should take lightly. Put your trust in Tim Koenig at Arnsberg Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. He's there to offer you quality insurance over a 7-county region, including Cape Girardeau, Perry, Bollinger, Scott, St. Genevieve, St. Francis, and Madison counties. You'll receive top-notch coverage for your home or farm. Tim is a part of a locally managed mutual insurance company, so you'll always get hometown service. Call Tim Koenig at Arnsberg Farmers Mutual Insurance Company today, 573-547-7294. That's 573-547-7294.
Cape Glass and Tinting is a name you need to remember. For superior windshield and glass replacement, take it to Cape Glass and Tinting at 1420 Independence Street in Cape, right off West End. No matter the make or model of your vehicle, Cape Glass and Tinting will match competitor pricing on replacements. Whether it be a front windshield, back glass, side windows, it doesn't matter. Rock, chip, repair, and more too. Don't forget to call your insurance. Cape Glass and Tinting works with most insurance companies on replacements on Independence Street in Cape Girardeau and online at capeglassandtinting.com.
Hi, this is Zach Lewis, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Quickly into the third inning here, and Delta will be still looking for their first base runner, their first base hit of the game with 7, 8, 9, Ryan Glenzie, Nick Bowman. Then Colton Deckard working against Wilson Lodge, who has done nothing but get ground balls to the left side of his infield. Drew Haas and Colin Terry have accounted for all of the outs except for the strikeout of Carter Shearer that Lodge got himself. So the Delta Bobcats may want to try somebody else, try to poke it the other way, potentially on right-handed batters, or try to get something out there into the outfield possibly. Anyhow, our game today is brought to you by Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson. Had a ton of fun out there with him Saturday at our live broadcast where they had all the Blackstone griddles, the big green eggs, and the Traegers and everything going for us. They had all kinds of great food. And if you missed out on that, they've still got, Southeast Missouri's barbecue destination for you right there in the corner of the store. Right when you walk in, they've got 2,200 square feet of nothing but grilling and grilling accessories. It is awesome. Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson. Our game tonight also brought to you by PJR and Associates, along with Atlas Molded Products, specializing in the development and manufacture of innovative, high-performance molded polystyrene for a variety of applications. Learn more about that at atlasroofing.com. Lodge will deal it home to Ryan Glenzie, the batter, and he shoots one the other way. That's, a foul by an inch down the right field line, the first base line. Boy, he went the other way, just like I said they maybe needed to get away from Terry and Haas, and he shot one down the first base line, and it bounced, and I mean just foul over the first base bag. Well, it didn't go over the bag, or it would have been fair, but you know what I mean. Missed it by an inch, 0-1 on Glenzie. That might have had extra bases written all over it, too. And he reaches at a breaking ball. That one bounces foul. It'll be 0-2. Nick Bowman awaits on deck, and Colton Deckard, the catcher, will bat third. If anything happens, Casey Crowden will get another chance. He's in the leadoff spot for the Bobcats today. Delta's enrollment, Class 1 school, 54. Saxony enrollment, 163. Just 3 students under the Class 3 breakover point with Class 2. So Saxony, one of the largest Class 2 schools. And Glenzie slices another one foul and out of play. So he's hanging alive with an 0-2 count on Wilson Lodge, who's been working effectively here, throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, throwing a lot of strikes just in general. Not wasting time with these Delta batters. Breaking pitch swung on and missed, but it got away from Burke, and he's got to hustle with a lot of room behind him. And striking out in the books, but reaching base on the drop third strike is Ryan Glenzie. So Delta has their first base runner. And it'll bring in Nick Bowman, the right fielder, with a man on first. Small lead there for Glenzie. And swinging and missing at the first one is Bowman, strike one. 2-0 lead for the Crusaders. They got both of those in the first. And here we play in the top of the third. 0-1 count for Nick Bowman at the plate. Pitch coming way outside, ball one. How about this? Saxony Lutheran has never lost to Delta in baseball. However, the closest that the Delta Bobcats ever got to defeating Saxony, as Bowman gets hit on the helmet, and he will be down to first on a hit by pitch. So the 2 leadoff men are on for the Bobcats here with nobody out in the third, and it brings in Colton Deckard. The closest Delta ever came to defeating Saxony was in 2011, my senior year, when yours truly had a career day at the plate. I went 3 for 4 from the 8 spot. against Paul Sander and his Crusaders that day. Delta lost that game 7-6. I had 3 of the 7 Delta hits that day. Strike 1 to Colton Deckard. Outside of that, well, Saxony has pretty much owned Delta, but we gave them a lot of fits that day. And I was a big reason why. Probably a sub-200 batter for my career, but not that day. I was 3 for 4. Did strike out looking once. Swung on and missed by Deckard. He's behind 0-2. You may ask, how in the world do you remember that from 11 seasons ago? Well, I brought it up to Coach Sander a couple of years ago, and he went back in the books and found the book from that day. He's made me a copy of my sheet that showed I went 3 for 4 that day. So I say thank you to Coach Sander for doing that. Now a ball gets away from Burke. A late takeoff by the runners at second and first, but they both advance. A throw got away from Haas at third base, and Burke tried to get that lead runner, Ryan Glenzie, who had a late jump on that one, but he gets in as the ball got away from Haas at third. And then trailing behind is Nick Bowman. The count is going to be 1-2 on Deckard. With nobody out in Delta, 2 men in scoring position, that tying run here in the third is out there at second base. And with Deckard the catcher, first base unoccupied, no chance for a double play here. So the 1-2. High, ball 2. And Delta will have the top of their order up here after Deckard, so a good chance for the Bobcats to get back in this game. I mentioned their record is 2-8, but that is deceiving because they've been in a lot of close games, been competing with folks. And another pitch upstairs and in on Deckard. He spins out of the way, makes it a full count. He's battled back here after being behind 0-2. And the Crusader infield, playing straight up as Deckard swings through that one and strikes out. Lodge gets that one. Makes the first out of the inning. But now top of the order for the Bobcats, as I said, 2 men on, just 1 out here in a game that they trail 2-0 here. Haas comes in a couple of steps at third. Everybody else playing pretty well straight up. Hunter Hamilton cheats into the left center field gap. Big, big hole down the left field line if Crowden gets around on this one. It would easily score 2. 1-0 pitch. Lodge brings it home. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Casey Crowden, the leadoff man, he's in center field. He's already had to catch a couple of balls out there, been busy in center. And this one comes home. Breaking ball just missed inside, and Lodge got to find the release point on that one. He found it a couple of times already on that inside curveball to the right-handed batters. That one just misses. Lodge, next one home. Fastball outside. Ball 3 now to Crowden. And Lodge in danger of falling into that trap that has ruined the Crusaders' last couple of games and putting men on with free bases. Crowden helps him out by swinging at that pitch. Looked a little low. Might have been ball 4, but it's 3-2. In the last 3 games, all of them losses for Saxony. The pitching staff has walked 17 batters, which is just way too many. But Lodge says, I'm just going to have to do it myself. Swinging and missing is Crowden for the second out of the inning. And it brings in Mason Dozier, who grounded out to Drew Haas back in the first at third base. 2 outs now, Lodge. A couple of strikeouts in this inning. Officially 3 strikeouts this inning, but the first one was dropped third strike and Glenzie reached base. Then Bowman got hit by a pitch. They all advanced. Now they're at second and third with 2 outs. Dozier, the batter, swings and misses. Strike 1. Carter Shearer is on deck if Dozier is able to get aboard. Dozier, the shortstop here for the Bobcats today, takes a pitch and grounds it. Foul, makes it 0-2. Said took a pitch. He just waited on that thing. It was an off-speed pitch delivered by Lodge, and way out in front of it was Dozier. So the Bobcats had second and third with nobody out, and Lodge delivers a pitch in the dirt, makes it 1-2. Second and third with nobody out. And then a strikeout of Deckard and a strikeout of Crowden has made it a little bit better here for the Crusaders at this point in time. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled into the Delta dugout over there. Still be 1-2 count for Dozier. Our game today brought to you in part by Code Toyota on Seamers Drive in Cape Girardeau, ready to help you out and get you in a new Toyota despite the current situation. Check them out online at codetoyota.com and reach out to them. They are at 357 Seamers Drive in Cape Girardeau. 357 Seamers Drive in Cape is where you will find Code Toyota. 1-2 count. Lodge works out of the windup, bringing it home. Called strike three, and Lodge gets 3 straight strikeouts. After Delta had their 2 leadoff men on at second and third, Lodge goes strikeout, 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 and gets out of the inning. To the bottom of the third we go. Saxony will bat with Colin Terry, then Zach Lewis, then Hunter Hamilton after this on Pure Country C106.
Terry Law Firm in Cape Girardeau is here to protect you and your family. You don't have to face the legal system alone. Terry Law Firm is a general practice firm serving Southeast Missouri since 2001. Terry Law Firm works with you to achieve positive outcomes and move forward with your life from personal injury, whether it be from a car accident or a slip and fall. Terry Law Firm will help get your compensation. If you're injured on the job, they'll guide you through the workman's compensation system. If you've got creditors continually knocking on your door, Terry can help you get a fresh financial start. Or if you find yourself on the wrong end of a traffic ticket, call Terry Law Firm. Protecting you and your loved ones is what they do, so that you won't be taken advantage of. Remember, you are not alone. Call for a free consultation about any of their services. 573-651-8644. That's 573-651-8644, or online at terrylawfirm.com. Protecting you from the confusing legal system, Terry Law Firm, 573-651-8644.
Hi, I'm Allison Sanders of Farmers Insurance. As your local farmers agent in Advance, I help customers like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about insurance. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give me a call at 573-722-5338, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hi, this is Coach Paul Sander, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Baseball on C106.
Colin Terry will lead off the bottom of the third for the Crusaders with a 2-0 lead, and he pops one high and foul behind us, makes it strike one on Colin Terry, who reached first base on a ball that he did not swing at. It was a pitch behind his head. It hit his bat that was sitting on his back shoulder still, and it ended up working its way into fair territory. A throw down to first was wild, and Terry was on base. Hit, error, I don't know what you want to call that one, but regardless, he was on base. Now the count even on him, 1-1. If that's a hit, it'll extend his hitting streak to 5 games. Or I'm sorry, to 6 games. He already has a 5-game hit streak going, and he's ahead in the count here, 2-1. 3 hits against Scott City, did all he could offensively. He went 3 2/3 on the mound in the start. Fouls another one out of play behind us, makes it 2-2 on Colin Terry. Gave up 5 runs on just 1 base hit. You wonder, well, how did he do that? Because Saxony didn't have a lot of errors in that game. Well, he walked 8 batters in that 3 2/3 against Scott City. Gave up 5 runs off of just 1 base hit. And he bloops one into shallow right field. That is going to get down and be extra bases for Colin Terry after a dive was attempted by Nick Bowman. And so Colin Terry is on for the second time today, and that will officially extend his hitting streak now to 6 games with a double. Little blooper, and they were playing him to pull in the outfield, so a long ways to run for right fielder Nick Bowman, and made a dive on it and did not get there in time. So now it'll be Zach Lewis to bat. With a man on second, Hunter Hamilton is on deck. And again, they play Zach Lewis to pull, pull, pull. Right fielder is playing straight up right center. And we've seen Zach, he's got power to all fields. He can shoot it down that first baseline if he gets one on the outside half. This one misses inside, however, to him. It's ball 1 by Carter Shearer. So the leadoff double here by Colin Terry. Well, Saxony had a leadoff double by Wilson Lodge in the second. They squandered it. He didn't even move over to third. And they've got Terry picked off at second, and he is out of there. So the leadoff double is out for the first one in the inning, and it empties the base paths as Zach Lewis now with one out will have nobody on. Beautiful turnaround pickoff move there by Carter Shearer. Lifted that left leg and then planted and spun. Nice job there by the Delta infielders as Levi Jansen, the second baseman, slapped on the tag. Now a chopper to the shortstop Dozier. He picks it up, gloves it, throws, not in time, and Zach Lewis is on with an infield single. Beating that one out. Lewis is deceptively fast. He's a guy that just doesn't look like he's going to blaze around the base paths, but he beat out a decently hit ground ball that time to the shortstop. Dozier charged it, made the right play. But Zach Lewis beat it out. Well, Lewis had an inside-the-park home run here last year, so he can get around the base paths in a hurry. And now Hunter Hamilton takes ball one. He had the RBI single back in the first inning. What scored Colin Terry. And Hamilton with a man on first, one out in the third. Saxony looking for more. He offers at a high pitch there, makes it a 1-1 count, as he could not put bat on ball that time. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, a hit by pitch, 2 stolen bases against Scott City. Had a double against Oran, actually. And another pickoff move. Carter Shearer's got a good one, but Lewis back in time over at first. Second on the team is Hamilton, 9 for 25, a 360 batting average. Second most in RBIs with 10 coming into the day. Now make it 11. Pitch up and away to Hamilton, 2-1. It's also second most on the team coming into the day with 8 strikeouts. 3 walks. Twice he's been hit by a pitch. Has 3 doubles and a triple. Runner goes. Grounder to the pitcher. Shearer makes a nice play. Lewis advances to second, and Hamilton is out. 2 outs in the inning for the Delta Bobcats. And Drew Haas will bat. 8 for 24, batting .333 coming into the day. He grounded out to the second baseman Jansen back in the first. And Jansen now holds on Zach Lewis behind the bag at second. Got to watch Shearer's pickoff move here. He's got a dandy. He's already gotten Colin Terry picked off out at second. Strike one called on Haas. Inside corner pitch. Nice one there by Carter Shearer. And Delta so far in another one of these tight games that one big hit or big error here or there could swing the momentum. Outside ball number 1 to Haas. Even in one of Delta's wins, it was close. It was a high-scoring game at 11-8, but just a 3-run spread over Caruthersville. Now, they did beat Charleston 7-1 with a large cushion. And pitch just inside on Haas, 2-1. And then they've lost, the Delta Bobcats have lost 4 games by less than 2 or 3 runs. Haas gets hit in the gut with that one. He wanted to jump out of the way of it, but it's rode in on him, and it hits him. So he's on with a hit by pitch, makes it first and second here. And Coach Naramore will come out and talk with Carter Shearer and the infield here. With 2 outs, they've got to force out anywhere. And Drew Haas is on at first. The lead man is Zach Lewis at second. There are 2 outs here in this inning. And batting after the meeting on the mound will be Jacob Johnson. And I would assume they're going to leave Shearer in the game here with 2 outs. They're trying to get out of this inning and not give up that big hit that could blow a game away from Delta here. This is a meeting where, if I'm the coach, and I'm not the coach, and I'm not trying to put myself in Naramore's shoes here, but a spot where you say, look, guys, we've been this close on a lot of games this season. 3-run loss to Advance 4-1. Oak Ridge beat them 3-1 and 5-4. 6-4 loss to Meadow Heights. They've been in some really close games, and a couple of hits here and there could make their average or their record a lot more respectable. If they get out of this inning, that's going to be a big spot here for these Bobcats. And pitch called a ball on Johnson. Makes it 1-0. Johnson 7 for 25 on the year, gives him an average of 280 coming into the day. He flied out to center in the first. And he's out in front of that one. Swings and misses. Strike one. Had an RBI sacrifice fly against Scott City. Walked once, struck out once. Had a run scored. And also stole a base against the Rams on Friday night. Did Jacob Johnson. 1-1 pitch. Low, ball two. Johnson is scheduled to sign his letter of commitment to Rockhurst College. He's committed to them. He'll sign his letter of intent on Thursday afternoon there at Saxony High School. He'll be a catcher for Rockhurst next season after graduation. 3-1 now to Johnson. He's playing first base today for the Crusaders. We've seen him play some right field in his career. He has caught, he has played second, he has pitched, and plays first base. He can do it all. Takes one the other way and pushes it foul. It's going to be a full count on Jacob Johnson. And with 2 outs, runners on first and second, Lewis and Haas will take off on the pitch. And Shearer will try to get Johnson to end the inning here. 3-2 with 2 outs. 2-0 lead for the Crusaders. Here it comes. Shot into left field and down for a single. Zach Lewis will score, and Drew Haas will hold at second base. So it's an RBI single for Jacob Johnson, which scored Zach Lewis around from second. And so Lewis gets the key hit, or I'm sorry, Johnson gets the key hit there to add another run to Saxony's total. Makes it 3-0, and with men on first and second, Wilson Lodge will bat. Lodge had a double to lead off the second. But that was as far as he made it. And he offers at the first one, misses it. 0-1 count on Wilson Lodge. Previous to that double, he was in an 0-for-7 slump and just looked a little bit rattled. What was the call there? Catcher's interference gives Wilson Lodge first base. Now the bases are full for Blake Gabler. I was writing down the pitch in my book here, and all of a sudden I look up and Lodge is standing at first base. Catcher's interference called, and Gabler is ahead 1-0. Gabler struck out back in the second. And Shearer brings it home inside 2-0 for Blake Gabler. Had 2 hits, single and a double against Scott City. 12 RBIs, most on the team for Gabler. Ball low to him. He's ahead 3-0, and he may get another one. With a walk here, it would give him an RBI. And he's ahead 3-0. He'll likely be taking all the way here. 2 outs. Carter Shearer brings the pitch home. Strike one. Gabler's going to have to go pick up his bat. He flung it behind him. And it's a 3-1 count on Gabler. On deck is Jackie Chan. He'll bat in place of Carson Burke here. If Gabler gets on a high fly ball into shallow left field, Mason Dozier, the shortstop, ranges back, calls everyone off. They give him the space, and he makes the catch. So the Bobcats get out of that bases-loaded jam with limited damage. It's 3-0 to the Crusaders now as we head to the top of the 4th on Pure Country C106.
This Saturday, Brucker Auction Service will have a nice estate auction at 4145 South 525th Road at East Prairie starting at 9:30. Selling at noon will be guns and a 77 Lincoln Town Car, but come out early for lots and lots of nice antique items, including jewel tea dishes, lots of old soda bottles, nice old Crocs, double drain tubs, cast iron pieces, and lots more nice old items. That's this Saturday at East Prairie starting at 9:30. Call 573-794-2682 with questions, and you can view a complete listing with pictures on auctionzip.com.
Have you ever noticed your muffler being noisy? If so, you need to call Travis at Jackson Muffler, where you can get friendly service. Travis has been in the business since 1987, and he does everything from classic cars to new modern vehicles, complete exhaust systems to minor exhaust repairs. Jackson Muffler is there to keep your vehicle on the road now and in the future. They also provide welding services for any other projects you may have. Call Travis at Jackson Muffler. Their number is 573-243-9345, or go on by Monday through Friday at 123 South Hope Street in Jackson.
Hi, this is Aaron Eubanks, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Coming into the fourth inning here, some defensive changes for the Crusaders. Aaron Eubanks, we saw, was going to pinch hit for Carson Burke. Eubanks enters the game defensively over at first base. Jacob Johnson moves behind the plate here for Saxony Lutheran. So Eubanks is officially in the 9 spot in the lineup in place of Carson Burke for these Crusaders. And on the mound still is Wilson Lodge. Everybody else is the same. And Lodge is still warming up down there here to start this top of the fourth inning. The Crusaders with a 3-0 lead. They got 2 in the first, added 1 more there in the bottom half of the third, had the bases loaded, and weren't able to get a key hit to blow the game open. So still a tight one here in Delta. Had a little bit of action on the base paths themselves in the third. A drop third strike put Ryan Glenzie on to lead the inning. Then it was Nick Bowman hit by the pitch. They both came around to second and third, so they were, in scoring position, ducks on the pond. And then Deckard, Crowden, and Dozier struck out 3 in a row, and Lodge was out of the inning with a 0 on the board. So leading off for Delta is going to be Carter Shearer. He's the pitcher today. Then it's Lanson Cox and Levi Jansen. Anything happens, Tristan Johnson will bat. Here for the Bobcats, our game this evening brought to you in part by Jackson Muffler, giving you friendly service since 1987. Travis will work on classic cars and the new ones, too. Colin Terry, a diving play on a ball that was hit in front of him at shortstop. Could have short-hopped it there and threw to first, but instead elects to catch it on the fly. And it's a nice play there by Colin Terry at short for the first out of the inning. Travis at Jackson Muffler, classic cars to modern ones. He'll do complete exhaust systems to minor repairs, welding services for other projects, too. That's at Jackson Muffler, 123 Hope Street in Jackson. And pitch number 1, called a strike on Lanson Cox. He grounded out to the third baseman, Drew Haas, back in the second inning. And he's in the cleanup spot here for the Bobcats. Hits one hard. Colin Terry, a backhand grab. Long throw off his back foot. Not going to get to Eubanks in time. That was a heck of a glove play there by Colin Terry. And one of those that's the kind of play that Derek Jeter would have made in the 5-6 hole and turned around and threw, jumping away from first base. Now, Colin Terry is not Derek Jeter, but he got to that ball and kept it on the infield and fired over there and almost had a chance. It was bouncing into Eubanks at first. So that's an infield single for Lanson Cox. And Delta's first base hit of the night. With 1 out and batting is Levi Jansen. Takes one the other way, hits it high and foul, out of play. Jansen now behind 0-1, the second baseman here for the Bobcats. He received the ball from pitcher Carter Shearer and picked off Colin Terry. After Terry led off the third inning for Saxony with a double, he was picked off at second base. 1 out here and a man on first for the Bobcats. They trail at 3-0. We're in the top of the fourth at Kappa Hall. And another one shot the other way. And foul, out of play by Levi Jansen. He's really trying to poke it down that right field line. Gabler still shading him a touch to pull out there in right field. Eubanks holds the runner on, so there is room over there between first and second base. And that's where he tries to poke it through, but Jace Bolin takes the play, gets the lead runner at second, and safe at first is Jansen. So the fielder's choice, as that's a play that is carrying Bolin towards first base, but he gloves it, spins, and throws to short. And gets the lead man out. Nice play there by Jace Bolin. That's a heck of a play there on a grounder that most people would have just flipped to first for the easy throw out. He elected instead to get the lead runner. Nice job there. And it's Tristan Johnson grounded out with, that was back in the second inning. Boy, big cut on that one, and couldn't catch up to it. Lodge gets it past him, 0-1. Johnson, a guy that on a swing like that, if he catches up to that one, it's going a long ways. Big, strong individual. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball. Well, he sat on it there, and Lodge took him down to a knee, makes it 0-2. I think he saw that one there, but was still even just a little bit out in front of it there. Recognized the curveball, but couldn't make contact with it. 0-2 count now, Lodge. Can be choosy here, and he throws one in the dirt. It gets past Johnson. That's going to elect Levi Jansen down to second base. So now man in scoring position here with 2 outs for the Bobcats. 1-2 count on Tristan Johnson, first baseman here this evening. For these Delta Bobcats, Coach Naramore telling the lead man Jansen now that they're at second, nobody's holding him on. He can get as big of a lead as he wants, and Johnson catches up to that one, fouls it back. Still be 1-2 on him. Saxony infielders playing it straight up with 2 outs. And Terry Boland is holding Jansen on at second. So a base hit, he'll have a good jump on it. Pitch upstairs and away. Nice eyes there by Johnson. Levels the count at 2-2. Wears 34 and stands in from the right-handed batter's box at the dish. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Nice at-bat here from Johnson. Battling Wilson Lodge here. 2s across the scoreboard at Kappa Hall. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. We are in the 4th. And a 3-0 lead for the Saxony Lutheran Crusaders here, trying to break that 3-game losing streak. 2-2 pitch comes home outside, full count. Full count here on Tristan Johnson. On deck is Ryan Glenzie. He reached base on the drop third strike back in the 3rd inning. He's looking for an opportunity. He needs Johnson to get on here. The 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strikes out Johnson. Nice curve there from Lodge. Froze Johnson. And Lodge now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts on the night. As we've played 3.5 here, and the Crusaders will bat in the bottom of the 4th with Aaron Eubanks, then Jace Bolin, then Colin Terry. After this on Pure Country, C106. Saxony leads it 3-0.
Atlas Molded Products specializes in the development and manufacture of innovative high-performance molded polystyrene for a variety of applications: architectural, roof, wall, and below grade, geofoam lightweight fill, protective packaging, cold chain packaging, OEM components, and lost foam. Atlas has grown from a single asphalt shingle manufacturing facility to 36 facilities in North America with worldwide product distribution. For more information, please visit www.atlasroofing.com.
Home insurance is not something you should take lightly. Put your trust in Tim Koenig at Arnsberg Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. He's there to offer you quality insurance over a 7-county region, including Cape Girardeau, Perry, Bollinger, Scott, St. Genevieve, St. Francis, and Madison counties. You'll receive top-notch coverage for your home or farm. Tim is a part of a locally managed mutual insurance company, so you'll always get hometown service. Call Tim Koenig at Arnsberg Farmers Mutual Insurance Company today, 573-547-7294. That's 573-547-7294.
Hi, this is Shane Morris, General Manager at Code Toyota on Seamers Drive in Cape Girardeau. When you need regular maintenance on your vehicle, call our service department for top-notch service and repair. You can even schedule online at codetoyota.com. While you're here, check out our new and used inventory. We also are looking for top quality trade-ins, so if you have a vehicle that you're considering trading in or just selling, please bring it by. We'll be happy to make you an offer on it. Come see us at Code Toyota on Seamers Drive in Cape Girardeau or online at codetoyota.com.
Hi, this is Carson Burke, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and Aaron Eubanks will bat in the place of Carson Burke, pinch hitting here after taking over defensively at the top half of this 4th inning. So Eubanks is now at first base. He's coming off a game in the Scott City contest where he got his first varsity hit of the season this year, as a matter of fact. He had been struggling at the plate, but got a 2 RBI single against Scott City. So he also hit the ball hard another time in that game. So he's starting to put a little mustard behind his swings and do a little bit better. And he'll bat here to lead off this 4th. Jackie Chan wears 15, and he will await the first pitch from Mason Dozier, new pitcher here for the Bobcats. And it's low and away, ball 1. Dozier is on the mound right now, and former pitcher Carter Shearer over at third, which slides Lanson Cox over to shortstop. And Dozier will bat. pitch, pardon me, to Aaron Eubanks and catches the corner for strike one to Aaron Eubanks. Dozier works out of the windup. Nice delivery here outside. And ball two. Dozier, a guy kind of slight of frame, but throws the ball hard as he comes out here with his fastball. Delta has not played in 11 days, so all of their pitching staff is available. Started the game with Shear. Now they bring in Dozier, and Eubanks swings at that one low. Strike two. And the count even at 2-2. Eubanks batting 111 after getting that base hit. He's 1 for 9 on the season. A couple of spot starts here and there. Check swing on that one. He did not go. It's ball three and a full count on Jackie Chan, affectionately known as Jackie Chan. 2 RBI single. That was a big hit against Scott City. Saxony needed those runs, and they ended up falling in that one. Scott City came from behind on a Colin Blaylock 2-run homer in the 6th. Jackie Chan hits one hard, but it's high and right at the center fielder. Casey Crowden makes the catch on that one. Didn't have to move very far at all, but it brings Jace Boland and the top of the lineup up for Saxony Lutheran with one out here in the 4th. As we close in on 7 o'clock here at Kappa Hall Field on a Monday evening. One out here in the bottom of the 4th, and Saxony a 3-0 lead on Delta. Jace Boland bats. Singled to lead off the game, and also grounded out so far this evening. Takes ball one from Dozier. Dozier out there on the mound. He'll start from the windup and then bring his plant foot way over on the first base side of the rubber. And he finds the corner that time again, makes it 1-1 on Jace Boland. Our game this evening also brought to you by Cape Glass and Tinting with rock chip repair, broken and cracked windshields. Take them to Cape Glass and Tinting on Independence here. Not far from where we're at off of West End Boulevard, as a matter of fact, is where you'll find Cape Glass and Tinting. And they bring you Saxony baseball here on C106. 2-1 count on Jace Boland. Second baseman, shortstop, fill in. And he's ahead 3-1 as the leadoff batter. 2 hits against Oran, had a 2 RBI single there, then had a double in 5 at-bats. He did strike out twice, however, against Scott City. But he's ahead 3-1 here, looking to get on base for the second time this evening. Hits one hard in the 5-6 hole, and that's going to be Cox making the backhanded play over to first, but not in time as Jace Boland just too fast. And he's on with another single here against the Delta Bobcats with 1 out in the 4th. And batting is going to be Colin Terry, who continues to find base hits. Colin Terry, now a 6-game hitting streak. Had a double in the 3rd to lead off that inning, but then he was picked off of second base by Carter Shearer. Boland is at first. He's leaning. He's going. The pitch is low and away outside, and it gets away from the catcher, Deckard. So Boland is now down at second base. And, boy, he was going the whole way. He leaned and took off a little bit early, kind of, jumped, so to speak, and then took off for real. They hold him on at second. Dozier brings it home out of the stretch. Swung on and missed by Colin Terry. 1-1 count. Reached base in the first on a bunt that hit the bat that was behind his head. That's the best way I can describe it. It was a pitch that was thrown behind him, and it dribbled out after it made contact with his bat. This one he shoots up the middle, and missing the ball was Cox there. That would have been a tough play anyhow. Boland comes around trying to score. The throw way high at home, and Terry is going to take second base. So it's an RBI single, and then Terry takes second on a throwing error. But he does get the RBI of Jace Boland coming around to score from second base. And another 2-hit day for Colin Terry. That's even disregarding that little dribbler that hit him in the bat behind his head. He had a double, now a single. Colin Terry just continues to hit the ball well. Squared that one up, shot it up the center of the field, and got the RBI single here. Now 4-0 lead for Saxony. 1 out in the 4th, and batting is Zach Lewis. Pitch comes home. It again bounces in, gets away. Deckard can't find it, can't see it. Colin Terry takes third, easily rounds, and will hold right there. So he's 90 feet away for Zach Lewis, has a 4-game hitting streak himself, and Lewis actually making a 5-game hit streak. He singled back in the third. Continues to hit the ball well as well. His .258 average, a little bit deceiving. Of his 9 hits coming into the day, 5 of those are doubles. He's got a powerful .258 average. 4 RBIs, 9 runs. Would like to get him an RBI here. Ball outside, 2-0. On Zach Lewis. Get the RBI. He's got to have a pitch to hit so far. 2 balls out of the zone. And they play him average depth and maybe a touch to pull, especially in center and right. The 2-0 pitch inside gets past Deckard, and Terry's going to hold there. Sounded like it bounced pretty hard off of the backstop here. And Deckard popped right up and got there quickly. But the count 3-0 on Zach Lewis. Hunter Hamilton on deck. He's got an RBI single today, also a ground out to the pitcher. And big 44 Zach Lewis digs back in. Has 8 strikeouts, does Lewis, which is second most on the team, but no danger of that so far in this at-bat. Chops one foul down the third base line and out of play. Down towards the dugout and the little hitting facility that they've built here at Kappa Hall for the Redhawks. It'll be 3-1 on Lewis for Mason Dozier on the mound. Delta baseball has been a struggle for these Bobcats, and it's not just this particular team. Oh, my gosh, Lewis hits one deep and high to left field. Will it get out? Yes, it will. Sayonara. See you later for Zach Lewis. Hits it over the wall in left field over the top of Lanzotti and Raoul's sign out there just to the center field side of the scoreboard. And give him his second home run of his career at Kappa Hall, but the first one over the fence. A 2 RBI bomb for Zach Lewis. And that'll give him 7 RBIs on the season as he touches them all with that one. And that one was a no-doubter. I mean, he squared that thing up. I mean, just beautiful. And the only question was if it would go out here at the college-sized field at Kappa Hall, and it did. Hunter Hamilton swings, and I think he got a piece of that one, but it'll be a strike. With 1 out here in the 4th, now Saxony all of a sudden up 6-0. As Lewis continues to hit the ball well. Ball low on Hamilton makes it 1-1. Hamilton second on the team with a .360 batting average coming into the 9th. He's got a single already with an RBI, also a grounder, so he's 1 for 2. And Dozier brings it home from the wide. Here it is. It is dribbled foul and out of play. Down the third base line makes it a 1-2 count on Hunter Hamilton. Our game this evening also brought to you by Allison Sanders, your Farmers Insurance agent in advance, helping customers identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs. And you can reach out today, Allison Sanders, your Farmers Insurance agent. Ball on the outside corner is called. Strike 3 on Hunter Hamilton. He is down for the second out here in the inning. But only Saxony's 4th strikeout today, so that's a little bit better than what they had been. And the pitching today, Wilson Lodge has not walked or given a lot of free passes either, so improvement for the Crusaders. Now batting is Haas, 2 outs, nobody on here in the 4th, and first one inside, ball 1 to Drew Haas. He was hit by a pitch and also flied out so far today. Haas on the mound himself, a 3.42 ERA and a 1-1 record. 14 1/3 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts in those 14 1/3. And he takes strike 1 there from Mason Dozier. So the count 1-1. Saxony leads at 6-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning, thanks to the 2-run shot by Zach Lewis. Just missing with that one low and away. Ball 2 is Dozier. As I mentioned before, that home run kind of sidetracked me here. Delta has not had a winning season since before 2009, which is as far back as Misha records go online. Foul territory in a play. Oh, man, Johnson had a long ways to go for that one from first base. Lost his cap about 2 steps after he turned and ran. And the ball bounced in foul territory along the warning track here at Kappa Hall and into the bullpen. So that's strike 2 on Drew Haas. Since 2009, these Delta Bobcats, the baseball program, as I said, has struggled. On Misha, add it all up in that stretch since 2009, 27 wins, 134 losses, and 1 tie for a 166 winning percentage. Like I said, I was a part of that. We were 6-24 the 2 seasons I started in 10 and 11. So I have been there, and I know it is not a lot of fun when you don't win a lot of games. But our problem was we got blown out a ton. I mean, we got 10-runned a lot whenever I was playing. This particular Delta team, however, has been in a lot of close games. 4 losses by 3 runs or less. One of them a 1-run decision, 5-4 to Oak Ridge. So, like I said, this Delta team may not show it on the record, but they've been in some really close games. And they've battled and just came up short. So Haas reaches with a walk there after the count was full on him. He's down at first, and Jacob Johnson will bat. He singled last time up. With 2 outs, and Haas, good lead over there. Foul tip by Johnson. Strike 1 with Mason Dozier on the mound. Dozier took over here in this 4th inning as Carter Shearer started the game. He's over at third now. Shearer gave up the first 3 runs over those 3 innings. Had an effective 2nd inning after working around a leadoff double by Wilson Lodge. Now that Dozier has taken over, they throw down to first, and the ball bounces in as Drew Haas slid back in, and it bounced up and got him. Looked like it got him in the jaw there, maybe. After it bounced in, throw down by Deckard, and they're going to take a look at Drew Haas there. He's, after diving back into first base, and he's up now. And he's kind of talking to Coach Mark Lewis. They're checking him out a little bit over there. Like I said, the ball was thrown down. He kind of leaned almost as if he was going to take off, and then Deckard threw down behind him. He dove back in head first. The ball bounced in, got past Johnson's glove at first, and ricocheted off of Drew Haas there. And they're checking on him. Looks like Nolan Hale's going to come in and replace Haas, at least for the time being, on the base paths here. So Haas walks off under his own power. He looks to be okay, but just out of precautionary measures, they're going to bring in Nolan Hale here. So Hale will be the runner in place of Drew Haas. So Nolan Hale enters, where Drew Haas is at first base. And the umpire telling somebody something down there, but at any rate, couldn't hear what he said. Regardless, it's Nolan Hale on at first. 1-1 count on the batter, Jacob Johnson. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Drew Haas did appear to be okay, so that's good news. Jacob Johnson awaits the 1-1 from Dozier. Grounded past the second baseman, and a single for Jacob Johnson, his 2nd hit of the day. And Hale advances down to second base. Now 1st and 2nd for Wilson Lodge. Lodge batted .268 last year. Not quite there with his average at this point in time, .238 entering the day. As I said, broke that 0 for 7 slump, though, with a double earlier. And looking for his 2nd hit of the day, he reached base in the 3rd on a catcher interference call. And 2 outs. The pitch comes home. It is strike 1 on the outside corner. Nice spot there by Mason Dozier. Here at Kappa Hall Field, 0-1 is the count on Wilson Lodge on the mound for the Crusaders today, pitching well. Next one comes home. It goes through the wickets of Deckard, and both men will advance. Hale to 3rd, Johnson to 2nd. Ducks on the pond here for Wilson Lodge. And with 2 outs, the Delta infielders just look for that routine ground ball to get out of the inning. Play Lodge straight up in left, maybe a touch to pull in center and shallow in right. The 1-1 pitch. Dozier out of the stretch, brings it home. Breaking pitch, but didn't break it down there enough. Left it high for a 2-1 count on Wilson Lodge. Gabler awaits on deck. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Next one comes home. Dozier to Lodge. Bounces in. That one hit like the front lip of the plate and bounced high over the top of the catcher Deckard, and another run scores. Nolan Hale brings that one home on the wild pitch, and down to third is Jacob Johnson. So 7-0 here as the Crusaders have piled 4 runs on here in this 4th inning. Lodge had 2 hits against Risco, had 2 hits against Bell City, 2 hits against Pius, and he swings and misses at that one, got a piece of it. And it'll be a full count now on Wilson. Going to be playing basketball at Division III Illinois College next season. Nice forward for the Crusader basketball team this past winter. Ooh, swung on that changeup there. Beautiful pitch by Mason Dozier. Strikes Lodge out to end the inning. But the Crusaders put 4 runs across there, extend the lead 7-0 as we move to the 5th. And it will be the Delta Bobcats with 7, 8, 9. Ryan Glindsey, Nick Bowman, then Colton Deckard after this on C106.
When it comes to taking out a loan, you need a team you can trust, a local community bank you can depend on. At First State Community Bank, we are that team. We're local people making local lending decisions. Whether it's buying a home, a piece of land, or even a new car, you can rest easy knowing all decisions are made in the communities we live and work in. Hi, I'm Marvin Adams, President, First State Community Bank in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. See our team today to get started. First State Community Bank, success starts here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, bank NMLS number 412605.
It's grilling time, and you won't believe the expanded grilling department at Ken's Ace Hardware. They've got a full lineup of Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, and the popular Blackstone griddles. They even offer free assembly and delivery on grill purchases of $3.99 and up. At Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson, they've got all the accessories you need to be the grill master of the house. And you'll find your flavor in their huge spice rack. I promise you, it's the biggest one around. Ken's Ace Hardware on East Main Street in Jackson is Southeast Missouri's barbecue destination. They've also expanded their lineup of steel power tools, Ego lawn and garden equipment, and Milwaukee's full lineup too. No matter what your spring projects consist of, get started by stopping at Ken's Ace Hardware in Jackson.
This is Matt with Ace Hardware in Jackson. Southeast Missouri's barbecue destination is on East Main Street in Jackson.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hi, this is Colin Terry, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Into the top of the 5th we go, and defensively, the Crusaders have indeed inserted Nolan Hale over there for Drew Haas at third base. Haas, of course, took that shot to the jaw on a throw down as he slid back into first base, and a throw behind him there. Bounced up and got him that last half inning. Nolan Hale came in to replace him on the base paths and is inserted into his spot in the lineup. So Hale will be batting in the 5 spot for Drew Haas. He's also defensively at third base for the Crusaders. Still on the mound is Wilson Lodge, and he'll be dealing with the Delta Bobcats, Ryan Glindsey, then Nick Bowman, then after that Colton Deckard, 7, 8, 9 here for the Bobcats, who still looking for their first run of the game. Their best opportunity came in the 3rd. Ryan Glindsey led it off with a drop third strike, got on over at first base. Then Nick Bowman was hit by a pitch. They both advanced to 2nd and 3rd on a passed ball, or then it was a strikeout by Deckard, Crowden, and Dozier that ended the threat. Lodge comes firing, fastball, strike 1 to Glindsey, swinging and missing. And Lodge is working effectively here, just the one hit by pitch, just one single against him. And he comes inside for ball number 1. Next one comes home. Lodge misses away, ball 2. 2-1 on Glenzie, the left fielder. And 7-0 is the lead for the Crusaders here in the fifth. Lodge comes home, and it is shot, and Jace Bolin, another beautiful play for Jace Bolin at second base, diving over there in the hole between first and second, and Wilson Lodge a fist pump as his defense stands behind him. Stealing a hit is Jace Bolin there on Ryan Glenzie for out number one here in the fifth. Now Nick Bowman will bat. Bowman was hit by a pitch and made it to second before the next three men all struck out. That was back in the third. Bowman swings and misses, strike one. On deck is Colton Deckard, the catcher. And the 0-1 pitch, Lodge brings it home, bounces in the breaking ball that missed everything there. Makes it 1-1. Saxony's defense plays Bowman straight up around the world. Average depth in the outfield. And the 1-1. Lodge out of the wind. Going to bring it home. Curveball misses inside, ball two. Two-one count on Nick Bowman. Lodge brings this one home. That's going to be a blooper, and Colin Terry's going to make the catch in the shallow portion of left field for out number two of this fifth inning. Our game today brought to you by Brucker Auction Service. For all your sale needs, you can check us out on auctionzip.com and see what we've got this Saturday. We'll be back down at East Prairie. How about this? If you go to East Prairie, don't speed or run a stop sign. Just a little inside joke right there if anybody hears that. View upcoming listings with pictures of us and what we've got on auctionzip.com. Not pictures of us, pictures of the merchandise we will be selling. As batting now is Colton Deckard. And he's quickly behind 0-1. And Lodge going to work another one home. Here it comes. Outside, ball one. On Colton Deckard, he's the catcher here for the Bobcats, wears 22. And the pitch comes home from Wilson Lodge inside. Ball two. Looked inside from here, but I don't know. Fouled back. Regardless, that'll be two strikes. And I believe the count is 2-2 for Colton Deckard, the batter. Foul ball is picked up and retrieved, so we've got a small break in the action here. At Capitol Hall Field tonight, Saxony's next games on the schedule will be Wednesday. They have moved. They had a game scheduled Friday against Oak Ridge. Another foul back to the screen. Had a game on the schedule Friday at Oak Ridge. With the threat of rain coming Friday, Saxony and Oak Ridge have moved that contest to 4 p.m. Wednesday, and it will be a doubleheader. Saxony and Oak Ridge playing two on Wednesday. First pitch at 4 p.m. Lodge misses in the dirt, makes it a full count, 3-2. So we'll have doubleheader action for you Wednesday at about 4 p.m. here on C106 from Oak Ridge. Saxony on the road Wednesday. Next one comes home. Lodge misses high, ball four. And it puts Deckard on base and brings in the leadoff man, Casey Crowden. So only the second free pass given by Lodge today. One was a hit by pitch and now a walk to Deckard. And as I said, the key to that losing streak, for my money, was the pitching staff giving too many free passes. 17 batters walked and a handful of hit batsmen as well. But today, just two of those. And Lodge comes back, fires strike one to Casey Crowden, who grounded out to the shortstop, also struck out so far today. 2 outs and a man on first. Pitch comes home for Lodge. Breaking ball, beauty of a strike. Nice curveball there from Lodge. Finds the zone, 0-2. 6 strikeouts thus far for Lodge in 4 2/3. Looking to make his way through the fifth inning. The pitch comes home. It's an 0-2 delivery, and it's fouled out of play. Over the Delta dugout, first base line. And the 0-2. Lodge working effectively here. He's trying to go the distance, been very efficient with his pitches, not working deep into a lot of counts, and he punches out Crowden looking on a strike 3 called, moves us to the, let's see, this is going to be the bottom of the 5th inning, and Saxony Lutheran with a 7-0 lead will have Blake Gabler, then Aaron Eubanks, then Jace Boland top of the order. After this, on Pure Country, C106, Crusaders lead 7-0.
Terry Law Firm in Cape Girardeau is here to protect you and your family. You don't have to face the legal system alone. Terry Law Firm is a general practice firm serving Southeast Missouri since 2001. Terry Law Firm works with you to achieve positive outcomes and move forward with your life from personal injury, whether it be from a car accident or a slip and fall. Terry Law Firm will help get your compensation. If you're injured on the job, they'll guide you through the workman's compensation system. If you've got creditors continually knocking on your door, Terry can help you get a fresh financial start. Or if you find yourself on the wrong end of a traffic ticket, call Terry Law Firm. Protecting you and your loved ones is what they do, so that you won't be taken advantage of. Remember, you are not alone. Call for a free consultation about any of their services. 573-651-8644. That's 573-651-8644, or online at terrylawfirm.com. Protecting you from the confusing legal system, Terry Law Firm, 573-651-8644.
This Saturday, Brooker Auction Service will have a nice estate auction at 4145 South 525th Road at East Prairie starting at 9:30. Selling at noon will be guns and a 77 Lincoln Town car, but come out early for lots and lots of nice antique items, including jewel tea dishes, lots of old soda bottles, nice old Crocs, double drain tubs, cast iron pieces, and lots more nice old items. That's this Saturday at East Prairie starting at 9:30. Call 573-794-2682 with questions, and you can view a complete listing with pictures on auctionzip.com.
Hi, this is Drew Hawes, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Crusader Baseball on C106.
Moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Saxony Lutheran and the Crusaders will start with a couple of pinch hitters or two. We're going to have Lucas Koenig leading off, it looks like here, and he'll be batting in spot of Blake Gabler. So Koenig to the bat. And he's a guy that we haven't seen in a while. Let me find his card here and tell you what I can about Lucas Koenig. He's a guy that's coming in as a junior. He has 2 plate appearances so far this year. He had a pinch hit at bat against Fredericktown, also walked against Bell City with the bases loaded. So he does have an RBI this year officially. And he's ahead 1-0 here leading off this 5th inning in place of Blake Gabler. So the next pitch comes home. Mason Dozier still on the mound, misses way outside, ball 2 to Lucas Koenig. On deck is going to be Jackie Chan. He'll still be batting there in that 9 spot in the lineup where he replaced Burke earlier. And Lucas Koenig, Jr., wears 25, bats from the right-hand side. Awaits the pitch from Dozier. It's a 2-0 delivery. It is outside, makes it 3-0. Our game this evening brought to you by Tim Koenig himself, your Orangeburg Farmers Mutual Insurance agent, also First State Community Bank, along with the Terry Law Firm here in Cape Girardeau, among others we'll tell you about. And a 4-pitch walk is drawn by Lucas Koenig as Dozier misses away, and outside. And Lucas Koenig is on at first base. Now to be Jackie Chan. Aaron Eubanks officially. Flied out to center in a pinch hit appearance, or in a batting spot after he had already taken over defensively. A check on Koenig over at first. He crawls back in and is safe. Eubanks got his first hit of the year against Scott City. It was a 2 RBI single, also walked and struck out in that game. So he's 1 for 9 on the year. He's a guy that batted .429, 3 for 7 as a sophomore in a few pinch hit appearances throughout his campaign last year. Was 3 for 7. So when he got those at-bats last year, he did the most with them he could, 3 for 7. This year, though, struggling a bit. Spot starting about every game or so. He is replaced by somebody else. It's kind of a trade-off with him, and he hits another one high to center field, and making the catch is Casey Crowden out there, so he flies out to center for the second time today, out number 1. And to the top of the order we go, and it will be Jace Boland. So Coach Sander puts Lucas Koenig as a pinch hitter there for Gabler, and then kind of goes back to normal with Jace Boland, who has 2 hits today, also has a ground out. And with 1 out here, Lucas Koenig, a dangerous secondary lead over there at first, but Deckard doesn't throw down. It's ball 1 to Jace Boland. Pitch was outside Koenig. Good sized lead again. And Dozier brings it home. Strike called. Makes it 1-1 on Boland. Boland 3 hits in his last 2 games, 2 for 3 against Orr and 1 for 5 against Scott City. And he was having a pretty terrible day at the plate until he got that double in the 7th against Scott City. And that one misses the zone, makes it 2-1 on Boland. But he's got 2 hits today, so that'll give him not only a 3-game hitting streak, but he'll be like 5 for 10 or so in his last 3 games. That's as it stands right now. Pitch gets away, and Koenig's going to take second base on the pass ball. So it's a 3-1 count on Boland now with 1 out. Ball coming in there on a foul ball. It's rolled back into the home plate. So 3-1 for Boland here at Kappa Hall Field on a Monday evening. Starting to get almost chilly as the sun retires to the west. Dozier, the 3-1 pitch, curveball, and it's a beauty. Man, that's a nice breaking ball right there. Boland looked like he was taking all the way. Fills the count 3-2. Man on second is held on by Levi Jansen. There's a big hole over there between first and second for Jace Boland. Centerfield plays him to pull. And the pitch comes home. Curveball misses inside. Boland on for the 3rd time today. This time he walks. First and second now occupied for Colin Terry. 7-0 lead for the Crusaders with 1 out. On deck is Zach Lewis, already 1 home run today. How about another? That'd be all right. Terry looking to get on. He's already 2 hits today. Has reached base every time. Officially, depending on how they score that little dinger in the first inning, he might have 3 hits today. He's ahead 1-0. And with 1 out, he shoots one up the middle. That's a solid 3rd hit, maybe 4, depending on how they score that one. And then it gets past the center fielder. Koenig's going to score. Boland is going to score. Colin Terry might score. If he does, the game is over. And Colin Terry gets a single and then a 3-base error to end the game. 10-0, and the Crusaders win it here in the 5th on a single by Colin Terry that got past the center fielder Casey Crowden, rolled all the way 400 feet away, and Colin Terry ends the game on a single that turns into a 3-base error, and this game is over. Wilson Lodge gets the win on the mound in a shutout variety here at Kappa Hall Field. The Crusaders defeat the Bobcats, and you heard it right here on C106. We will talk to Coach Sander and get you back into your Monday evening. Thanks to Kristen back at the station, kept me on the air. We'll be back with Coach Sander after this on C106.
Terry Law Firm in Cape Girardeau is here to protect you and your family. You don't have to face the legal system alone. Terry Law Firm is a general practice firm serving Southeast Missouri since 2001. Terry Law Firm works with you to achieve positive outcomes and move forward with your life from personal injury, whether it be from a car accident or a slip and fall. Terry Law Firm will help get your compensation. If you're injured on the job, they'll guide you through the workman's compensation system. If you've got creditors continually knocking on your door, Terry can help you get a fresh financial start. Or if you find yourself on the wrong end of a traffic ticket, call Terry Law Firm. Protecting you and your loved ones is what they do, so that you won't be taken advantage of. Remember, you are not alone. Call for a free consultation about any of their services. 573-651-8644. That's 573-651-8644, or online at terrylaw.com. terrylawfirm.com. Protecting you from the confusing legal system, Terry Law Firm, 573-651-8644.
Hi, this is Coach Paul Sander, and you're listening to Saxony Lutheran Baseball on C106.
Well, in a game that looked like it may go the distance early, Colin Terry ends it on a single up the middle that got past the center fielder and rolled all the way to the 400-foot mark in dead center here at Kappa Hall Field. And the two men on scored, and then Colin Terry raced around the base paths behind them, made it 10-0, and the Crusaders short game the Bobcats here today. This Delta team falls now to 2-9. Saxony breaks the three-game losing streak, improves to 7-4. But take nothing away from these Bobcats. I know it got out of hand there in the fourth and the fifth, but this was a 3-0 game after 3 innings, and the Bobcats had gotten out of several jams. And most of you, as we've talked this evening, know that I did graduate from Delta. So, I'd like to see these guys get a few wins and things like that. But they've dropped a couple of really heartbreaking close games. So this is a team that you just feel for a little bit in this Delta Bobcat team. But Coach Naramore going to coach them up and see what they can do the rest of the way in Class 1, District number 2 with Oran and Advance. That's not going to be easy, but maybe they can pick up a couple of wins as their season continues. This game this evening was brought to you by Allison Sanders, your farmer's insurance agent, also Brooker Auction Service, and Ken's Ace Hardware, Cape Glass and Tinting, Code Toyota, Jackson Muffler, also Atlas Molded Products, along with PJR and Associates. Coach got a lot of cords and things here, but Coach Sander joins us here on C106 on a 10-0 win. And
you got a lot of sponsors.
I do.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. God, we appreciate the sponsors supporting Saxony baseball.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that, Coach. And I was just talking. This is a 3-0 game after 3 innings. You busted it open there in the fourth, and then in the fifth, Colin Terry gets that one that rolls to the wall and finishes it. But a game that, as we talked, especially after Scott City's game, today, Wilson Lodge on the mound, the pitching was better today. Only 2 walks or / hit by pitches today, where that had really been a problem for you.
Oh, a huge problem. And, when you can hold your walks down, his first actual walk was in the 5th inning. He grazed a guy. Hit by a pitch early, but 1 walk in the game and makes all the difference in the world. The other night we walked 11. You got guys all over the bases. When you only walk 1 in 5 innings, it's the difference in 9 extra base runners or 10 and 1. So it's huge. And Delta's got a nice club. They hung with us real well for 3 innings, and they hit some balls hard. I had hats off to the left side of our infield.
Oh, big time.
And then later with Jace Bolden on a diving play in the hole on the right side of the infield. But, Hawes and Terry made several really nice plays on hard-hit balls early in the ball game, threw strikes over to first. So defense, again, is very, very good.
You mentioned that it really set the tone there in the first couple of innings. Delta kept wearing out those guys on your left side, and every time they answered the bell. And then we've seen Bolin just make some incredible plays this year at second base, and another one here you mentioned on that dive.
Oh, he's been phenomenal. Really, really good defensive player, and he hasn't had a bad game on defense all year. And so he's really steady out there, and he's quick, get to the ball. Accurate arm, not an overpowering arm, but an accurate arm, and he does it really well.
And a play that, being a second baseman, a lot of times that one that he grounded in the hole over here between first and second, instead of taking the easy flip to first, he spins around knowing he can get that lead runner. That was a really smart play. In a closer game, that's a runner at second or not that really could have mattered.
Well, it's a confident play. That's a confident fielder knowing that he can make a play. Instead of taking the easy out at first, he knows he's still got to play at second. He had confidence enough in his defense to make a play way in the hole.
Oh, yeah, he was way over here.
Long throw in the hole between first and second to get the force out. Terry went on to first, and no chance there. But, every guy wouldn't take that. A lot of guys would just say, I got to play first.
Right, because it was right there staring him in the face. Easy flip, there's one out, you get one, knowing you're not going to get 2 anyways.
Right.
You get that one, but he took that lead runner down, and like I said, could have been a big play. Terry, another nice play in the hole on a backhand here. Thought we were going to see a Derek Jeter jump throw.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not Jeter, but that's the one that a lot of guys don't get to just with the glove.
Well, we just got to everything on the left side tonight, and with Jace on the right side on a couple plays, but Colin had a really nice night in the field. So did Hawes. The one that you're talking about, you were going to have to be Jeter or Ozzie Smith one to make that play. He got to the ball and made the play, but to make the throw from where he was that's asking a little bit too much.
You betcha for a high school kid. But, then offensively, we talk about Bowman and his speed. Beat out a couple of infield singles himself. Colin Terry continues to hit the ball extremely well. He's been on fire lately. Lewis pops one over the wall. Hamilton got the RBI single in the first in a clutch spot with one out there to kind of help get that lead. And guys just stepped up and got the hits today where they hadn't done that against the Kelly team and then against Scott City.
Yeah, I mean, we left early. Early in the game, we left 6 guys on base, but that was all in the first 3 innings, and we were kind of still struggling to come through with the big hit to break the game open. 3-0. Well, that's fine, but you get one more big hit with runners all over the place, and it's 6-0. So after that, the last 2 innings, we didn't strand anybody, and we came through. And the ball that rolls all the way to the wall here in center field to end the game, that thing was still going toward the wall when we were scoring the winning run. It goes on forever here at a big college park like this. So, that's a tough way for them to end the game. But Delta is much better than the score reflects. They've got a nice team. They could be some problems for people down the road because they've got a nice club.
Yeah, now their record at 2-9, and I just talked about it before you got up here. That's deceptive. I mean, they played well with Advance, a team that's got like 9 or 10 wins. Oak Ridge has beaten them close twice. They lost 6-4 to a Meadow Heights club that we haven't seen, but I hear they're a decent club. This Bobcat team has been in some games, and that's why at 3-0, they weren't out of this game because they've been in these 3-0, 3-1 games before.
Yeah, they got like I said, they got a nice club, and they showed it the first 3 and 3.5 innings that they were here to play, and then we just started hitting the ball a little better in situational hitting. Zach Lewis, let me talk about him just a little bit. Then I want to talk about Wilson Lodge just a little bit too. Zach on 3-0, in tight games like we've been having lately, I'll give a lot of take signs on 2-0. I'll give a lot of take signs on 3-0, and I'll give occasional take sign on 3-1. And tonight, Zach was 3-0. He looked down at me, and he expected to get the take sign. And I gave him the hit sign, and he fouled it off. But after he hit the home run, he came around. He said, "Thanks for the green light because it gave me confidence."
Yeah.
It gave him confidence, that I had confidence in him. So, and he hit the crap out of it.
Coming into the game, and I think you were talking about him at Scott City, batting like 258, 260, something like that. But he's got a loud 250 that you mentioned.
No, he's a strong kid, and he'll strike out occasionally. But, boy, when he squares it up, that ball is hit hard.
And he's hit 5 or 6 doubles, extra bases for Zach Lewis. He knows how to find that gap.
Well, he's obviously our 3-hitter with his power, and you're just going to have to take an occasional strikeout with him, and it'll happen.
Sure.
But he's when he squares it up, it's loud, and that one was real loud tonight over that left center field wall. I'll end it here unless you have other questions on Wilson Lodge. Wilson came out against Oran. Here is a hard-nosed high school ball player, one of the nicest kids I've ever coached. And he got knocked around. He got knocked around hard, and it would have been easy for him to hang his head and sulk about it, But what he did, he came out of the game after the game that day and was a team player and cheered the team, at his new position at third. And then he comes out today in his very next start on the mound, and he knew that he had something to prove. And he came out here today and he proved it. That's a winning, hard-nosed high school baseball player.
And, he didn't waste a lot of pitches. He was throwing strikes, didn't have to work deep into a lot of counts. He was efficient tonight.
Yeah. Oh, he was. I mean, and our defense helped him. He made them put the ball in play. He didn't strike out a ton, but he made them put the ball in play. We fielded the ball just like we have all year. If there's one thing that's been consistent for us all year, it's been our defense. And it's been much better than we expected it to be. It's been really good. No matter who I put at third, different guys play third. Wilson pitch at Hawes go there. When somebody else is pitching, Wilson's there. Now I'm starting to move different people in and out of first base.
Sure.
And we've had really good defense.
That's awesome.
They didn't hit a lot of balls to the outfield tonight that were difficult plays, but the ones they hit out there, we made those plays too. So, I'm real proud of the guys tonight for being able to bounce back. And now we got to build on this. We know the doubleheader Wednesday against Oak Ridge up at their place. We've got to be able to go up there and play good ball and hopefully come out of there with 2 wins. And now that we've got this turned back in the right direction, we've got to keep train rolling a little bit.
You mentioned to me whenever we got here, looking to turn this ship around, and you did it tonight with pitching, with defense. It was all there tonight, a complete game, and you've moved Oak Ridge from Friday due to some rainfall chances up to Wednesday. For folks listening, we'll be on the air at 4 with doubleheader Saxony at Oak Ridge Wednesday.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this weather. It's, today here we get another 1.5 inch rain last night. My field looks like a swamp, and normally our field dries well, and I can work it and get a game in. But there's not even any chance. I mean, it's just it's so wet, there's no chance. It's rained so much. And so with the threat of rain, here we are 4 days from Friday, and I'm already moving a game from Friday to Wednesday because at this time of the year, we can't afford to lose another ball game. So what we did was move that one to Wednesday and pick up another ball game. So we're going to play 2. So if we would get rained out Saturday at East Carter, it wouldn't hurt quite as bad by playing 2 Wednesday. Hopefully we get to go down to East Carter on Saturday and play them as well. But if we don't, we've got 3 games in this week. And again, nice weather tomorrow, nice weather Wednesday. We know we're going to get to play Wednesday. So we'll just see what happens over the weekend there. But we're really looking forward to getting 2 more games in on Wednesday. And, we've got pitching ready to go. We'll have Terry back. We'll have Hawes back. Hawes is fine. And for anybody that was wondering, he's not fine, but he took a short hop to the face on a ball over there at first base. He wanted to stay in the game, but he was bleeding down his face. And then when we looked at it closer, he had, a little bit of a cut there from the ball hitting his face and then hitting against his teeth. His teeth didn't go through his face, but he had a pretty nasty little flap there that he's going to have to get a couple stitches, and he'll be back tomorrow. He'll be ready to go Wednesday.
Okay, very good. That's good to hear. So we'll see you Wednesday at Oak Ridge and hopefully continue this train rolling in the right direction.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
All right, head coach Paul Sander here at Kappa Hall Field this evening. A win over the Delta Bobcats, final score 10-0, and we appreciate his time both before giving me information that I need and after the games as well, always joining us here on the air. So a winner, 10-0. Saxony defeats Delta here in 5 innings at Kappa Hall Field. We will see you Wednesday, a doubleheader starting at 4 p.m. at Oak Ridge for Saxony baseball right here on C106. Thanks to Kristen Dawkins, true professional back at the radio station, keeping me on the air this evening. I'm signing off and repeating that final one more time. 10-0. Saxony wins it over Delta at Kappa Hall Field. You heard it on C106.
That's a wrap for Saxony Lutheran Crusader baseball on Pure Country C106.